Hey folks, Polytopia John Madden here with another matchup. Today is a Bardur versus Bardur glory match. I'm playing Bardur. My opponent is playing the swag version of Bardur. You can see that swag skin going on right there. I don't know the actual name of it, but it looks ballin'. Let's start this out and see how it goes. Classic Bardur start from both teams. The turn 0 workshop upgrade. He discovers riding. Let me pause. I think that's going to be a mistake. It's typically not the usual Bardur start. That may work for some other strategies, or maybe in Might, but in Glory, the game is really about the economy. Yeah, again, he by upgrading there instead of upgrading towards lumber huts or forestry or whatever it's called, that may impact things later on. Let's keep watching. He gets organization. That probably makes sense. Let me just pause for a second. So we're on turn 4, and we're already seeing a bit of a skirmish right here, right? This means that both players, for a while, are not going to be able to do anything in going this direction or going this direction. And so what I suspect is that most of the economy is going to be gained going up in this direction for both players. So the match is probably going to be determined by how many huts or villages are in this area. Right, and then depending on that will determine the economy, which will determine the winner of this game. Let's keep watching here. So I upgrade for organization. He gets roads. And then I use organization to upgrade my second city and then my first city. I'm getting 9 stars per turn. We're on turn 6, and he's getting 6 stars. Again, I think he's playing a might strategy, or maybe he's just testing something out. But it was interesting that he didn't go from here onto this village, and instead moved this up somewhere in here. I didn't catch where that was to secure this one, right? I think both of these could have been taken earlier to maybe get his stars per turn up to around 9, which is where I am. Again, let's keep watching to see how the rest of this plays out. I discovered mathematics. He enters the village, and then, let me just pause for a second. Enters the village, and then blocks this one here, which means this is the only thing that can move up. So then, in theory, he could take it here, destroy this one, and then move it back to here. Probably a smart move, but he's spending a lot of resources trying to capture this one in the middle. I think it's a good strategy to capture it, but I think he's just missing out on the rest of his territory here, right? Again, it's turn 7, and he only has one city, right? And this is going to impact his economy for the rest of the game, regardless of what is happening up here in the rest of the theoretical territory, right? It's far too late in this game to have only one city. Let's keep watching here. So he captured his second city, upgrades the second city. Then upgrades his third city on turn 9 here, right? Back on my turn. So I think this is the dangers of late economies, right? So I'm already on the tier 4 cities right here, or the 4-star cities. I don't really know the name. And I've captured the one that's up here, or I've entered the one that's up here. If you look at my tech tree, I'm already on mathematics, right? Now he has roads and riding, right? But that's not really going to help his economy a whole lot, right? And I don't know if now again we both have organization, right? So we're both able to get fruit, but I just think it was a bit of a late start in his economy, and that's really going to start impacting him here. So then I upgrade my capital and get a super unit. Back on his turn, he defends his city there, enters in. Let me just pause and go back super quickly. So he's entered in his fourth city here, right? So he does have more cities than I do. He is in first place right now, which I think is really interesting. That he has more points. I think he just spent more on the tech tree. Maybe not. So let's keep watching here. I capture my third city, so I'm notably behind him at this point. Upgrade the third city twice, getting the resources as well as the workshop. He defends that city again. Captures his fourth city. He's getting 12 stars per turn, 13, and now 14. And 15 stars per turn. Back on my turn, I move the giant up. Upgrade this city up here. I'm probably going to move this one down. Grab the super unit and get climbing. He discovers forestry and starts upgrading some of his cities. Oh, let me pause there. I don't know, and this could be a personal preference thing, and if you're watching at this point in the video, leave a comment. I'm not a huge fan of cutting down forests for short-term stars, right? I get that he used that to upgrade the city, but he could have just waited a couple turns and upgraded both of them. Again, I don't know if that's a great move. Could just be a personal preference. Let me know your thoughts on that in the comments. So then on my turn, I enter in his city and upgrade to mining. And then I defend from all the attacks that he sends with his riders. Then he discovers mathematics. Probably a smart move. So then I capture his second city there and upgrade it twice. Go for the population growth. Upgrade it 3 times in one turn, so I get a new giant on it, so I can retain that for a longer period of time. Let me just pause a second. Let's go back here. So at this point, I would say it's game over. And let me explain why I think it's game over. Like I mentioned earlier in the game, this is going to be fought. We're going to be fighting over this area for a while, right? Now, I think he has... Oh, he doesn't have fishing yet. So he's trying to move up here, but it's unlikely there's going to be more of a, enough cities or villages up there to really bring his economy back, right? Now, when you look at my screen, it's the same amount of cities up here, so it seems like it would be safe. Right, but I just think, given what he's dealing with, right, the fact that all of this is water, or it could potentially be water, this is to me where I would call the game. Let's keep watching here. discover smithery, upgrade this city right here if you missed it, and get the giant. Move my 2 giants up and discover riding and roads. So it looks like I'm going to go for the chivalry strategy, considering how, let me just pause, I can see 1, 2 catapults, right? It is really easy. If your opponent is using catapults, you can use knights and just chain them, right? And if you're able to take out 2 catapults with 1 knight, the economics of this does even out pretty well. Again, let's keep watching. There we go. Discover free spirit. Definitely go in the direction of the knight. Capture the village up here. Upgrade it once. Upgrade it twice. Upgrade my capital. Get the super unit. Back to his turn. He uses the catapults. So let me just pause. Like I mentioned on my turn with getting the knights, this here, that chain should be a big red flag, right? It's happened to me, and I want to make sure it doesn't happen to you. If you're going to play catapults, you should know that this is a vulnerability to have multiple catapults right beside each other, right? So in this case, it would make a lot of sense to have a set of units that can take catapult damage or take knight damage to prevent a knight's chain from taking out all of the catapults. And, oh, let me just pause a second. I need to go back to auto. So now, at this point, he can see my knight. So it should be a big red flag to be like, whoa, 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 let's space these out. Let's move one of them over here. Let's move one of them up and then one of them over here or something like that so that they can't be chained. It's a really unfortunate explorer there. And this is where I would call it. So back on my turn, I send in 1 knight, I send in 2 knights, I chain them like I warned, upgrade that one, move a couple things up, capture this one up here, upgrade it a couple times, and this is where he resigns. I think it was a good play. The big 2 mistakes here is the early game lack of economy, and then the second mistake on his end was not spacing out all those catapults once he saw that the knight was there. Really good game. If you want me to comment on your match, leave a link to the Polytopia game in the comments, and I would gladly make a video out of it. Thanks for watching.